Field, home to the Texas A&M Aggies, the Corps of Cadets, the world-famous 12 bands, Lady Reveille, and from early indications, a whole throng of Aggies ready to make some noise. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Texas A&M set to kick off to christen this game. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So the Baylor Bears offense is on the field for the first time today. There are always butterflies to start a game, but this crowd trying to show them what it's going to be like all day in this house. To the air on first down. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. With the catch, it's Flawletta. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. Looking to pass on second down. They'll run the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. He'll come out throwing on first down. Gets it out fast. On the move at the 30. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bears will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Offense will go to work for the first time. When a guy gets off the ball as quickly as he does, you know he's going to be breathing down your neck, and you got to get rid of it, Jesse.
This quarterback's good, but he better have a clock going off in his head. He knows he's not going to have a lot of time to get rid of the football. That's a big matchup in this game.
Well, and that's what I love about this guy, because he affects the quarterback whether he gets to him or not. He knows he's there. He's that kind of good coming off the edge. Let's see how this QB performs under pressure.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off, and the defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Third and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, fourth down.
So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. Boy, that seemed to be prime return territory. Fair catch. Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Wants to throw on third. Looking to the big tight end. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. Splits the uprights. Good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team.
The 16.
Stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears! What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. He'll bring it out. It's Mayo. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
And they've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time, they want to put out a much better performance.
Oh, there's nothing worse. The coaches are riding you all week leading up into this game, reminding you, showing the clips in the locker room. You know you failed. You want to come out and get a great start in this football game early.
They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, nice job there by the running back. They toss it to him, and he's able to kind of weave his way for a very good gain for this offense.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Good timing on the quick out. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a 1st down. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the 1st down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
A&M comes back out with another first down. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Oh, the QB so lucky, but that one wasn't picked off. These are small windows to throw into down here in the red zone. Defense tipped it up in the air. A lot of defenders lurking around. Lucky that ball hit the ground.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They'll snap it for the 10th time on this drive, but they need a chunk on 3rd and long. Firing to the end zone. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt, but this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, the running back looking for room. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. It's a draw. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. The Bears will send out the punt unit. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. On the return, it's Mayo. Was looking for more running.
The 24.
But more tacklers, he's down at the 24. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 24. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Cook. He makes a catch. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gives it to the back on the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. When you look at the design of a draw play, you don't often see it going to the outside, but I'm not sure he had much of a choice there.
Nah, the running back couldn't find a hole. The defense wasn't full. Listen, when you do see a draw as a defensive line.
What a snag by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Baylor! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Washington is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Warren Moon, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to UConn. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one. Gonna take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
To the air, it's Cook. Fires to the right. He's got it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Plays like that, he's fitting in with the Aggie legends, Christian Kirk and Mike Evans.
And that's when you've seen them just high-flying, fun, tempo, making plays down the field. Having those go-to guys, those A&M offenses were always fun to watch.
They'll go to the ground. At the 35, he's loose. Can anyone catch him? And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they capped it off with that thrilling 46-yard run to pay dirt. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Baylor comes the Bear offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the right. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete. Let's see what they've got on second down. Running back searching for a hole. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Back open in the middle. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Bears decide to punt it away. This will be a second time they've had to kick it away. They'll put that return to a stop
At the 30.
with the offense set up in pretty good field position. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Trying to turn the corner on the left. At the 45 on his way. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Foundation of Aggie football built on toughness like that, running it like John David Crow back in the day.
And those Texas people are tough and rugged, and you know they wear their great outfits that you love to watch. But these Aggies, I think they're at their best when they got great running backs. And you've seen Spiller and A-Chain in recent history finding those game breakers, those game busters that can make big plays.
Couldn't make the connection on first down. Now here on second. Back to throw, it's Cook. Unloads to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Setting up the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. The aerial assault continues. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
Well, it doesn't get any more open than that. Good read by the quarterback. He was looking for his tight end wide open on the play. Man, you got to make the catch.
2nd and 10 here. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Off the play fake. Coming after it. He'll heave it deep. He makes a grab. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop, go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker on for the extra point.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the... Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
Oh, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Now on first down from the 30. He's looking to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the short completion brings up 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Makes the catch on the left. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle. It's awesome. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Comes out throwing on first down. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. Wants to fire on second down. Makes the catch. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Absolutely perfect.
That makes the score Baylor 20, Texas A&M 14.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. On the run from inside his own 5.
At the 18.
He'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. One more snap coming before halftime. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's going to pass. He lets one fly deep. And he's got it at the 30. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And I get it. A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning and losing comes down to stopping big plays and getting big plays. But if you ask me, it's more about how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives alive. Those 2 stats can help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
The Bears will kick it off to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Looking for a man. It's Cook. It's complete on the right side. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And when you're running the ball well, QBs love going to play action. You get the linebackers starting to suck up closer to the line of scrimmage. They're keying on those running backs, and it just makes pitch and catch.
Running toward the tape. Give him 109 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
Well, on that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. You see the speed by the ball carrier there, Reese, picking up a huge chunk of yards.
Now, I can't imagine any reason they wouldn't just run that play again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why not just go back to the well one more time?
The Aggies have it with a 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He'll take a shot. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
It's so nice to see defenders squeeze that pigskin. A lot of times, in great position, you see them there to make the play, but there's a reason they play defense. Not this time. Great job securing the interception.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
And you can forget running in the middle against this defense. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Firing to the right, complete. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. 6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves him with 2nd and 4. The give to the back. And he'll pick up the 1st down after a tough run there. And the Bears are marching down the field. He'll do it himself. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22. Hands it off. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Wants to throw on 2nd down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Bears! An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
Here comes the 2-point try. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. 2-point try is good as they build on this lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running to be found as he stopped at the 18. Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offense
got a lot of running room. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Texas A&M going quickly. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the lore of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Wants to throw. It's Cook. Going up top. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage. They were on the move, but two straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. He wants to throw it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
And it's incomplete in this defense.
Incomplete.
Down stop. On first down, here comes this offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Looking to scramble. Trying to escape and get it himself.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. That's the end of the quarter, and it's Baylor holding the edge. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Finds the tight end.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Defense.
The offense moved, but it was because the defender jumped into the neutral zone, and the offense will pick up the 5. Handoff to the lone back. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Swings it out to the flat. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Flushed out of the pocket. He dropped it! Oh, and averts disaster by falling on his own fumble. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. He boomed it through, a 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. SMU is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Doak Walker among the legends to wear that uniform. They're trailing by just 4 to New Mexico. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Here he comes from inside his own 5.
The 24.
A chance to shake.
Texas A&M Aggies.
Down at the 24.
First and 10.
Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
He's got it downfield for a huge gain. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get...
Throws toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And good coverage and better hands by the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
Well, trailing this much in the fourth quarter, the offense is looking for an explosive play to try to ignite them and get them back in this one, but nothing doing. Nice job in coverage.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's not afraid to go deep. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
At this point in the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Complete out of the backfield. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Throws for the tight end. And it's picked off for the third time today. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Here comes the Baylor offense back onto the field. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker, who is so important to this team.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Bears send out the punt unit. They make the stop, and that is
At the 20.
one out of your punt cover unit. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Trying to find his man on first down. Looking for a huge play. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
You know, it's one thing to take shots early in a game when the defense may not be expecting it, but at this point, fourth quarter, you're trailing by a lot. They know you're going to do it, and the defense was expecting that one. Great job in the back end.
He wants to throw here on second down. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the... Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
The give as they work on that clock. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on third and long. That's caught. It's Flawletta. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Bears come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice gain before the defense is able to stop him. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for room. It's Vargas. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it in just a little bit. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Baylor! And the punishment has been extended. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Lining up for the PAT.
Is on for the extra point.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
38, Texas A&M.
And he hauls it in, and everybody's on the edge of their seats. Not a lot of space to be
At the 21.
by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
First and 10.
Texas A&M has it back, and we say howdy to the Aggie offense again. They're going to throw it to start the drive. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
They say every game counts the same in the standings, and that is true, but there are some games that no matter what the coaches say, they just mean a little more, and they hurt a little more if you lose.
They do, and that's a fact, and every player will tell you that. There are some games that are highlighted before the season that this game matters more, and it's not that the other ones don't matter. It's just that the hate runs so deep for some of these rivalries and some of these kids that grew up across the street from each other that went to different schools, Jesse. You can feel it.
David, you're absolutely right. And I wonder, because it was a rivalry game, did the losing team get a little overhyped? It just looked like they were pressing too much in this football game. They made too many uncharacteristic mistakes, and as a result, they take the L.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.